If anyone wondered what the random video was, I downloaded this morning. A friend of mine's wife works for that Kerr company, and they'd all done a bit of a version of Do They Know It's Christmas? And it was shockingly awful. So he's like, can you edit it a bit for me and put it on YouTube so that they can share it? So that's what I did. So that's what the random video was this morning. Anyway, here's today's. Adam's washed his tractor, ready to pick his new trailer up. And it makes this one look dusty. Probably because it's been in here that long. Just on top of the boiler and it's a bit dusty. But this sensor that reads the oxygen in the exhaust seems to be giving false readings, so I'm going to clean it. Just unclip it here and then unbolt it. These little holes get full of ash. Just blow it all out. They were white when I took it out because they were full of ash, but they're clean now. A little bit falling out the bottom. Put it back in the hole now. If you look at the graph there, you can see where I unscrewed it and was messing with it. So the reading of the oxygen's dropped right down. And the blue line is where we've turned the boiler off to work on it. So it's dropped off to what's called the boiler load. I'll turn it back on now. And hopefully it should start to rise again. Just picking up the modern day equivalent of a ploughman's lunch. Adam's got a new trailer. It's a bit of a beast, Clark and Pullman. We like the toolbox with one either side, and it's got a lid in it, so you can't, so your straps don't get wet. Because sometimes they don't put a lid in, they just use the floor of the trailer. Plenty of fixing points for stuff. Road hooks and hydraulic ramps, under the wedge, and a magic bale wedge. Always put the spills in the wrong one. Quite shallow ramps as well, so it'll go up easy. Diggers, they don't rock too much when they get to the top. Mini super singles, so you don't have twins, so you have sausage of soil on the floor when you pull out that get stuck between them. There he comes out. Ramps are hydraulic. Watch this. It's a bale trailer. Magic. Right, go on, put it back down again. How good is that? We found two things wrong with it. It says British steel on it, which doesn't mean it's something wrong with it, but it means it's upside down. So they could have used this, cut the steel the other way. And then the number plate, like, they put a reflector where the number plate would go. It's odd. Welder update. It was the wire in this plug and in that plug that had pulled out. So obviously when they've been trying to wheel it over there and it wouldn't quite reach, they must have stretched the plug and pulled the wires out and not realised. But if they'd have said they'd have done that, it made it a lot easier to fix it, because then we'd have known where to look. Adam's got the Clark and Pullman 2021 calendar. When he picked his trailer up, he's got me one. And on February, it's me last year at the cathedral in Liverpool when we were raising money for, when we were doing donations for the food bank. And I led the procession of cars up to the cathedral with everything, where we donated it to the Liverpool food bank. And I got a really good picture when I was leaving. So it's made February's edition of the calendar. So it's a rural machine in an urban setting. So there's loads of other good pictures in here. The sky in that one. Anyway, I won't spoil everyone's calendar, but thanks for that, Clark and Pullman.